All right, we are live.
Sweet.
So Jordan, do you actually see the chat box? See if there are people in the chat box?
Yeah, I only see one person, and he said, "I like potatoes."
Oh, what's going on, fish person? I like
What's up,
potatoes too.
dogs? Anyways,
So anyway, guys, I guess we'll wait for people to join in and watch this later on, but we're gonna get going. I am here with Jordan from Alluring Bettas. And I got to tell you, I've been watching Jordan probably from less than when he had less than 75 subscribers, and his channel is growing quite rapidly. He's doing really well. And also, some of the things that you see in my own fish room has been inspired from his videos and things that I've seen in his fish room. And I got to say, he definitely is a great go-to person because he is so knowledgeable about raising bettas and actually breeding them and just overall just a happy person, if really upbeat and really inspirational, especially if you're looking to start a business. So Jordan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and get some of my subscribers to get to know who you are. If you're not subscribed to him, definitely check him out. And Jordan, the mic is yours.
thanks, Mike. First of all, I just want to look at the chat here and say hi to everyone. Madfish Diva, Paul, your brother is on here. Mike66, Heather Nielsen from Scarlet Aquatics, Madfish Diva, Kimberly. I love you, Kimberly. Thanks for joining us. If any of you don't know me, I've been breeding bettas for years. I started, I think, when I was 14 or 15, and even to this day, I still learn new stuff every day when it comes to breeding fish and taking care of them. So I try my best to keep my channel as positive as possible. I might give out some wrong information here and there, but it is what it is, right? It's all about the hobby and the fun of it, you know. And I just thanks, Mike, for giving me this opportunity to go live with you.
Yeah, no problem. And it is a learning curve. It's not that you're giving out wrong information. You're giving them information which is true to you today, could change tomorrow. As we know in the fish industry, things change on a daily basis.
Yes, they do. And, you know, honestly, when it comes to breeding fish, any type of fish, I believe, or anything, if you have any type of system, like you have your own way of doing things, and whatever works for you, you know? So, hey, Paul, I haven't really talked to your brother, Paul. I noticed him online on Facebook a lot. And I'm like, wait, is that Mike? At first, I thought you guys were one person.
Everybody
For the
thinks.
longest time.
He's my alter ego, Paul. So let me ask you this: when you see Paul in the live streams, not live streams, in Facebook or other social media platforms, where do you normally see him the most? Actually, I'm just curious to see where he's at during the day because everybody's like, "Oh, I saw you write this," and I'm like, "That was not me. That was definitely Paul."
I would say Facebook because I'm addicted to Facebook, just like pretty much 90% of the world. And I see him on like live streams from time to time. He's definitely really supportive of your business, both of you. I know you guys are both working.
We're both partners. Yeah. So if he wasn't supportive of the business, you let me know, and I'll fly down to New York, and then I'll take care of him. You know, that's how I roll.
This person blogs asks, can I breed a half moon with a Dumbo ear and get a half moon Dumbo ear? That I think you're going to get a mixture of everything, to be honest with you. I haven't personally bred that. I usually try to stick with the same fin type only because I'm afraid of other deformities that, you know, different mutations can cause when you crossbreed. But if you want to try it, I say definitely go for it. And you're going to get a mixture of maybe Dumbo ear, maybe some that aren't Dumbo ear. And if they're both half moon, I'm thinking they're all going to be half moon caudal fins. So you might want to give it a try.
So yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off that a little bit. Definitely go for it. What you're going to see right off the bat, though, is not exactly what you're expecting to happen, because when you're crossbreeding, you're going to see bits and pieces, like you said, of the traits from the different types, but it's not going to be exactly what you're looking for. That's when you have to do your culling and pick the ones that you want and start breeding those again to try to make those traits better, just like you see when you're line breeding guppies or other stuff like that. But you're absolutely right with that. And fish first person, I definitely am going to tell you, I'm not going to discourage you from it, but go for it just to get the practice of breeding. But you're not going to get what you want off the first bunch.
Yeah, I always, I have a lot of people ask me all the time, whether it's on social media in general, can I breed this to that? And I always just say, just go to a pet store and find a male that is a half moon and a female that's a half moon, and do that, or a veil tail that will go with another veil tail. Try not to crossbreed, because that is just a completely that's like a completely different video.
Right. You never know what you never know what you're gonna get, what's gonna come out of it.
Especially if you're doing pet store, if you're breeding for the first time, you don't know where these fish come from. You don't know what genes they carry, because whatever their phenotypes show, which means their physical traits show, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what they carry. They could be carrying double tail for all you know, but they look like a half moon.
I
So
think
yeah.
They say you froze for a second.
I did. Anyways.
Yeah, all right over there? Is there connection okay?
I don't see where I froze.
No, you're good. You're good now. You're fine.
Okay. So Madfish Steven says, I keep a single female placotte. Will she become egg bound when she matures? That depends on the diet and stuff. To be honest with you, if you're overfeeding, when you keep a single female like that, I don't think you should be worried. And to be honest with you, you know what? That's a good question. Mike, what do you think?
So I can tell you that I've had fish get egg bound single, and I've had them where they were never had. I'll tell you where I have the most problems. I have the most problems when there's a male within visual line of sight. That happens. It's even with a single female. But when they're by themselves, it could happen, but I think it's a little rarer.
Yeah. In my experience, I really don't feed my bettas every day. I only feed the babies that I'm growing out every day. In terms of the adults, and with how many fishes I have don't have just one or two fish. I have hundreds of fish in my fish room, and I keep all of the ones that I'm selling in jars. And I really only feed them 3 to 4 days out of the week, and I feed them very small amounts because I don't want the females to become really, really egg bound, and lots of other reasons to keep the ammonia levels in the jars down and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think she'd be okay. Just don't feed her too much, because bettas are very known for bloating very easily.
That's true.
Even males. So
that is true. So actually, I was going to bring that up. So you have lots and lots of fish, more so than the average person. When do you find time to take care of these things? Because you have a pretty interesting job.
You know what? It sucks. It really sucks. And the thing about it is, I don't know if you guys have. Some of you are my loyal subscribers. I see Kimberly there. Basically, I just go with the flow. And if you haven't seen my last two videos, it was an accidental long fin koi spawn. And what happened was I had told myself, okay, no more spawning, after this long fin koi spawn. And I tried to spawn a long fin koi pair. The guy ate the males, but as he was eating, not the males, the guy ate the eggs, and as he was feeding on the eggs, I put the female way before that in a jar that a male was already in. I don't know how that happened because I'm usually careful about it. Maybe he was like down in the corner because I kind of keep them up in shelves, and sometimes I can't see the fish in certain angles and stuff. But they ended up breeding in that little jar, and
Wow.
luckily it's like a big gallon jar. So, and there's space in there, and I actually got like over 100 more babies, longfin kois. And I told myself after that didn't work out, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should slow down because I have very limited space. I only live in a 1,200 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, and everything's all in the guest bedroom. I don't have enough jars or anything. I mean, I could easily go buy some, but it just comes to a point where it's very overwhelming when it should be fun, because that's what it's all about for me, is the enjoyment of this hobby, and it's one of my passions. So after this spawn, I'm gonna take a break. I have my kois that are actually getting ready to be sold. They're just regular koi placots, short fins. They're marbling out pretty nicely. I have a good batch of them. I think I have like 30 or 40 of them. And then I have super blacks, which are basically solid black half moon placots that are actually really nice. I'm actually thinking of putting one or two in a show, maybe a male and a female. And then I have two wild spawns. One is a copper smaragdina spawn, and those were accidental as well, like literally accidental. I didn't realize they were prolific when I got them, and I made a species tank for the pair, and they just kept on breeding. So I realized that, oh my god, there's babies in here. So I had to like completely, take everything out of that tank and make it a grow out tank. And then I have a Mahachai spawn, which is a quite small spawn. It was a big spawn in the beginning, but I ended up losing a lot for some reason. And now I have this longfin koi spawn. So I have a lot of fish. I have hundreds of fish. So if you're interested in purchasing a fish, let me know. Or
Let,
even
let let Jordan know for sure because he's got a lot of fish.
oh my
Take
gosh.
take some of those fish off his hands.
Kimberly says, in my sorority tank, a couple females have been egg bound for a short amount of time, but I haven't had issues with it. Yeah, I think it all really just depends on how much you feed them, and whether you're feeding them live food, high protein foods, and how often you feed them. I rarely feed my fish. I don't feed my fish every day, my adults especially. They don't need to. They can go 2 weeks without food. And I'm not saying you shouldn't feed your fish every day, because some people do, and you can. But I personally don't feed them because, again, like I said earlier, they bloat way too easily.
what
Go
a
with the flow. Water change. Joke. My goodness. Oh my god. Hey, Lumpy Dog. Is Lumpy Dog one of yours?
Lumpy dog. Yes, Lumpy dog. How you doing, Lumpy dog?
For joining us, Lumpy Dog. Mad Fish Diva, I love you too. I love all of you guys. I really like the fish community on YouTube. Everybody's so supportive for the most part.
We have a good group of people, especially my subscribers as well. I mean, my subscribers are the best. I mean, they support me every single day, and my business has grown so much just from the support of my subscribers on YouTube. I mean, granted, Facebook too, but YouTube is where it all started, where I was actually sharing my links and where to find me. So,
Yeah, I can't believe. I mean, I'm not even up there with you, like in terms of like subscribers and stuff. But like it was literally just for my own documentation, and then all of a sudden, like I'm building up more and more subscribers.
oh yeah,
And
it goes up. And I'm a small channel, man. Like I'm still a small channel.
yeah,
Here's the thing: the more work you put in, the bigger it grows. And
yeah,
I'm a strong believer of you put in minimum 3 videos a week, and you spread them out, and you do your tags appropriately, you're going to grow a lot. I grow the most when I do that, but with the pressures of the business, it takes away from my YouTube, and I'm not able to put up as many videos as I used to.
yeah. Also, guys, I just want to thank Mike because we had a Betta Bash in Dallas Fort Worth, and he donated a couple of his embellished fish to give as a prize and we had 3 raffle prizes, and they were won to a person, and that person's going to come to the next Betta meeting. Kimberly, I better see you there. You said you're going to make it. I know there's another subscriber that came with her son that said that they would come to the next meeting as well. But yeah, thank you so much, Mike. Those embellis are so beautiful. I'm so tempted to keep them for myself, but
And you
no.
and you should keep some embellis. Next time I get them, make sure you pick up some more. Do you still have some of the ones you've purchased from me in the past, or did you sell them off? Or
No, unfortunately, one of the females passed away, and then somebody's borrowing a pair for me. So
gotcha.
I have that pair because you donated the male, and I have the female that I donated myself. So yeah,
Great.
Kimberly, yes, I'm coming. Okay, no takebacks. Uh, but yeah, how's everything going with business on your side?
On my
Everything good?
side.
I really Your setup is awesome. I like that setup that you have to the right, well, to your left. That DIY setup with the dividers. Yeah, I
I
really like that.
I got that idea from you. I got the dividers from you. I was looking. I said this is a great idea, and I watched a few more videos of people who did it, but you explained it the best, and I rolled with it. And I'm probably going to do a video on how to do it because a lot of people keep asking me, how do you do it? And I keep referring them to your video, but they're like, oh, we want you to make one now. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll make one too.
Yeah, yeah. And it's really simple too. But man, that's a bigger tank. I was using 2.5 gallon tanks.
Yeah. Well,
But
actually, I showed this to you the last night when we were doing a test live stream, but I'm going to show these guys what the future looks like. Hold on, let me grab this thing. That's the future,
oh,
guys. This is the future right here. I'm going to have a bunch of these built. This thing is awesome. I love it, and this is the best way to keep those fish for, especially keeping them healthy and happy. Even
hey
though,
HC, how's it going? Welcome. But I really, really need to invest in the barrack system. Maybe DIY it myself.
right.
I know Corey from what is it? Aquarium Co-op. Corey from Aquarium Co-op has a really good video on how to make a DIY betta barrack system. So I might do that, just tweak it a little, to make it a little more pleasing to the eyes, I guess. But I mean, I'm not saying that he didn't do a good job on it. I'm just saying,
Oh, he does. Yeah,
um,
he does a great job when he does those
oh,
videos.
he's awesome. That guy's full of loads of information. Yeah, so
Well,
I'm gonna
think
have
about. Think about how much experience he has. He's been in the game for a long time. That's for sure.
yeah. I really, really enjoy his. I love DIY dividers. Yeah, DIY is the way to go. I mean, look, I don't know if y'all know Life with Pets. I bought some dividers from her, and I think they're the best dividers. But
Hmm.
I mean, DIY is just as awesome and it's so easy and it's so cheap. I mean, not to dog on Sheila or anything because I really, really love her product. Like it's the best that I've seen. But
Yeah, it's a great product for sure. But here's the thing, even with DIY, which you make it to the way you want it. That's the best
exactly.
part about DIY. It's not somebody else's idea. It's exactly what you need for your fish room. So
Paul asks, "What kind of filtration do you use, Jordan?" I just use sponge filters, and I find that I only work with bettas. I don't work with cichlids. I don't work with goldfish, or any other type of species. I usually work with bettas, and I find that all they need are sponge filters, and I tend to overkill with sponge filters. I like for my 20-gallon long. I have like my light keeps going that way. Anyways, I have a 20-gallon long, and I have a sponge filter in there. If that's rated for like I think 75 to 100 gallons. But that's just to keep the water and the ammonia levels down. I still do my water changes every day to help the fish grow and stuff like that. But yeah, I primarily use sponge filters, and I think that they're the best filtration system that you can have for specifically bettas. So
I happen to think they're one of the best filtration you can have for many fish. Actually, I prefer sponges over everything else.
yeah.
Do you do a lot of
Yep.
live plants?
I do live plants, but I do only low tech. Like I do a lot of like the Anubias attached to my driftwood, Java fern attached to my driftwood. Right now I have Hygrophilia, I have Cryptocorin, I have Peleomoss, or what they call Siswassertang or Siswassertang. I really don't know how to say it. It's a German word. And people really don't know. Scientists don't know whether or not it's actually an aquatic plant, because to me it looks like seaweed, and to me it looks like it belongs in the ocean, but it thrives in freshwater. So I have a whole bunch of that. I do like floating plants too. Floating plants are awesome when it comes to filtration. Water lettuce, frog bit, they have access to the surface, the air and carbon dioxide, and that actually helps suck up all the nutrients in the water. So
Oh
I
yeah.
like to use plants.
I'm one of the few people heavily endorse duckweed in fish tanks. I think it's one of the best way to keep the water clean and all the nitrates down.
Yeah, duckweed is. I mean, people hate it because it's really invasive, but it really sucks up all those nutrients. It
Absolutely.
really does a good job. And Lumpy Dog says, I have the same overkill sponge filters in my 420-gallon longs. Exactly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that there's anything wrong with having overkill filtration, especially for bettas being bred so many times over and over and over again. I'm surprised that a lot of these bettas are not as sickly. I mean, a lot of them are prone to diseases like, they get the symptom dropsy, they get Popeye, they get fin rot, they fin nip and all that. I'm surprised that with all these different mutations, like they're not even, they're not as sick. But I believe that with overkill sponge filtration, it's a really good necessity for bettas, especially if you're just caring for just one or two, or breeding as well. So
Right. And I was actually going to get into that next with the line breeding and the heavy breeding. What are some of the betta fish that you feel are the most prone to getting disease and sick? Which ones do you feel? I think that the dragon scales tend to get sick more often than other type of betta fish.
yeah, well, I do know that dragon metallics, metallics and dragon scales are prone to tumors. In my personal experience, I've never had that problem, but I had a dragon scale spawn. It was a red plakat, red half moon plakat, dragon, or we call them marble, basically red marble half moon plakat, dragon scale, and the last one that I had sold to a friend of mine, she came back to me 2 weeks later and was like, I think he's developing a tumor. And I'm like, well, never had that problem.
Right.
There's also some like mutations that I really don't believe in, and a lot of other breeders don't believe in as well, like feathertail, rosetail. I mean, those fins can get so heavy and weigh on those fish throughout the course of their life, to the point where they're going to need really shallow waters towards the end of their life, because
They
their
can
fins
barely
are
swim.
going to be so heavy. And then they can't swim, and then they end up fin nipping, and that's why they fin nip, because they can't swim. They want to make their fins shorter. So yeah, I try to stay away from feathertail breeding or rosetail breeding, but sometimes they come up in half moon spawns, and you can't do anything about it but cull.
Yeah. Right. But they're absolutely gorgeous too. I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from them, but I do notice they have a lot of issues too, just like you said.
Yeah. What else do I noticed in terms of diseases? That's pretty much it. I on my end, I take really good care of the fish. I mean, I water change every day, but when I'm gone on my trips, that's when they're neglected. Um, my partner Roger, who is, are you watching this, Roger?
Yes.
Oh, he's watching it. Yeah,
He's watching.
he's
I
watching
told
it.
you, he lives with you. He doesn't have to watch the show while you're in it.
Yeah. Anyways, what was I saying again? Squirrel.
Squirrel. No,
Dang. What was I talking about? Huh?
They get ignored. The water changes get ignored.
Oh yeah, I don't water change when I'm gone on trips. That's the only thing. But he does a good job at feeding. He does a really good job at feeding. One time, towards the beginning of me coming back, because I took a break from breeding for quite some time, and I started breeding again, and he ended up feeding, like, I think they were a 4-week-old, 3 or 4 week old. They were not big at all. They were still tiny, and he ended up feeding them frozen bloodworms. And I'm like, oh my God, I came home like, oh my God, my fish have worms. Like, these are like freaking worms, And I was like, they're all getting sick, and there was like 10 dead fish. And then he showed me what he fed them, and I was like, oh, well, that's, it's not, I wasn't angry at him for that. It's just how it is being a flight attendant, and, it won't happen again. At least we know that, reason for no water changes. I don't want to kill his babies. Yeah. He doesn't like to do water changes because he doesn't want to kill my babies, even though he watches me do water changes every day. Just kidding.
Right.
I love you. High fish topic. Salvinia, HC Aqua. Yeah, Salvinia too. I mean, all those filling plants are awesome. There's this new plant. I mean, it's not new, but it's getting really popular. Mosquito fern. Do you have any of that?
Yes.
Mike?
Oh, I did actually. I sold out because when people found that I had it, they just bought it all. I got to get more in.
Yeah. How's your red root doing, Diva? Are the roots like dark red? Yeah, Diva, how are they? I also have red root floaters, and they're still I've had them for, how long have I had them? About a month, and they're still dark red. I don't know. I just recently got frog bit, and I had the worst luck with frog bit. I'm talking about like it always died. But for some reason, they're thriving in my Betta species tank, along with the red root floaters. So, and that is a beautiful, beautiful plant. I'm like, hands down, that's my favorite, is red root floaters.
That's good. So
yes, it says they like highlight. Yeah, you gotta invest in a very nice LED, high quality LED light.
for sure.
For sure. Yeah. Paul Eugenio, our eBay has a bunch of new bettas. Yeah, and I'm about to take pictures of my koi babies, so stay on the lookout for that too. I'm on Facebook, Alluring Bettas USA. So
actually, that now that we're talking a little bit about the business end of it, where Paul brought up the eBay page. So let's talk a little bit about that. So what would you say are the pros of being an online fish seller, especially in this particular species of fish? What are the pros? And then we'll talk about the cons a little bit as well. So tell me what you think. What are your favorite parts about this?
The pros. Well, basically, this is just the pros about this is, first of all, it kept me out of trouble when I was younger. And don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun in my early 20s when I stopped breeding for a while, but it kept me out of trouble. It really did. It relaxes me. I suffer from PTSD. I take medication for panic attacks, and I also take medication for anxiety. So it's definitely. Oh, my partner brought something that I guess I'm going to show you guys, but it's definitely relaxing. It's relaxing, and it's rewarding to rear these babies into adulthood, and to be able to sell them to other people that are as passionate about the fish as I am. Yeah. But my partner brought one of my baby kois here, and this is the one that I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, my battery is going to go low on my phone. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but kind of like the pattern is kind of feathery. And I'm not sure if it's a female or a male, but she's rather aggressive. But she's a beautiful koi. Marbled a little too quickly for me.
I'll be right back. I'll show you.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, my floater's too well in cold water tank.
So here, maybe we got a pair right here. Check this out.
Is that a crown tail? Is that a crown tail peacock koi?
Yep.
Oh no. You have a pair?
No, I said maybe we can make a pair with that one you just showed.
Oh, okay. Well, man, if you had a pair, I'd be all up on it. I'd pay $100 for that pair. Literally.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I was supposed to get females with these, but my my friends in Southeast Asia decided not to send me any females. I was kind of angry.
They're not. They're not going to give you females. They're not, because they want
They
all the sales.
they
You know how
they promised, and I said I know you guys are lying, and then finally they didn't come, and I said I knew it.
Yeah, yeah. They want to. They're the jewel of the Orient, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the moneymaker for a lot of them, and that's why they bombard our Facebook groups with sales after sales after sales. And a lot of breeders actually do import as well. I imported some of my breeders, not to sell them, but to breed them, and I'll eventually sell them when they're retired breeders, or keep them as pets. But yeah, like a lot of breeders actually import from really, really awesome breeders, and that's their money. Their money is all in bettas, seriously, especially in Indonesia and Thailand. And
absolutely.
I mean, it was so funny because I spent like $100 on 10 fish, and to me, $100 on 10 fish is not bad, because that's $10 a
Is that
fish.
including transhipper or no?
That was including transshipping.
Well, that's pretty good.
And the guy literally screenshot the transaction and was like jumping for joy, like he got that. He had this. I was like, wow, my $100 US dollars must go a long way out in Thai. I think he was in Thailand, or was it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's their moneymaker.
You just fed them for a couple weeks. Seriously, $100 right there could feed a family for a couple weeks there. I know.
Kimberly.
I know several people who go there all the time. $100 gets you a long way.
Oh yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I don't know, is Hannah on here? Hannah, I don't know if you're not on here. I thought you'd be on here, but anyways, I was talking about going to Thailand or Indonesia, because I'm a flight attendant and I have flight benefits, and my company gave me round trip ticket for two to anywhere in the world for free. So I was
Nice.
thinking Thailand. But like, I don't know what the process is to getting like an importing certificate or license or whatever, and how much money it costs, and if it's even worth it, or if I should just ship them when I'm there to a transshipper in Asia, to go to my transshipper, who's Joel Fernandez,
So I have Joel
out
with
here.
mine as well.
Oh, dude, I love Joel. He's an
Yeah, me
awesome,
too.
awesome person. Very nice guy. Very nice guy.
So guys, not to take anything away from any other shippers, but Joel is probably the fastest at getting back to me, the most professional, has never let me down, and overall just a great guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, Honestly, Joel is the only transshipper that I've ever used, because I never really imported fish. I always went to Petco,
Right.
and found fish, and then I made my own lines that way. But because Petco has some nice fish, but like I said earlier, you don't know what they carry, you know, in their genetics. But I've been working with him, and I've gotten like 4 shipments with him, and they've all been positive, and he's on top of it. I mean, he'll go on a group chat with you, the person that's selling the fish to you, their transshipper, and him. So like, everybody's on top of it, and there's full transparency,
Yeah, so
and also
you feel like you're getting the full story with them. Other transshippers, I feel like they were leaving stuff out, and the last minute there was extra charges. I'm like, I don't understand what's going
yeah.
on.
There's a lot of scamming activity. I've heard about a lot of scamming activity, so I try to be very careful. And Joel is very good at keeping track on scammers and stuff. So Joel is a man. Heck yeah, he is.
Who said that? Was that Paul?
Paul, yeah.
I was gonna say, if anybody else uses Joel, good for you. Joel is awesome.
I'm trying to see if I missed any important questions. Hey, Fish Tropic. I'm not sure if we said hi to you. I'm not sure if you're still here, but thanks for coming in. Yeah, we haven't really missed anything. Okay, so what about you? What are your pros of the hobby or the
Right.
business?
So pros for me is I absolutely get to do this for a living. This is amazing. The fact that I get to work with these beautiful fish. And I think the biggest pro is number one, it's relaxing, just like you said. This is when I'm feeling stressed out, even just doing water changes for me is actually relaxing to me. Doing the water changes and even getting the photos. I love doing that because it just takes my mind off of everything. Because as you know, people sometimes think, oh, you could just snap a picture at the bait and it looks great. Sometimes you take a couple hundred shots so you get that one good one. And just doing that alone just takes my mind off of everything going on around me because I want to get that good shot. And it's almost like meditation for me. So there's that. And I honestly love also too because I'm able to educate a lot of children who are interested in them. So I'm able to educate them and hopefully make responsible beta owners for the future. Because obviously we know that there's a lot of misinformation, and then they see this stuff at Petco and PetSmart, and they see them in 8-ounce cups, and they think that's how they can keep them long term. So I'm there educating children. I've gone to schools and talked to classrooms and done donations for schools, and it just brings a smile on my face to see these kids enjoy it. And if I can make somebody's day better or happier because of it, that's my biggest pro right there, and that's why I do it.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I didn't even know that you did that. That's really awesome. That's
What
good. That's awesome. It's a good thing to do for your community. Getting a
we
good shot of fish is so hard. Yeah, you know what, guys? I have a secret. I just I just video record them.
Oh
I
yeah.
video record while they're flaring at each other because I have this little tank that has like a glass divider in it, and I put one fish once in the front and then one fish in the back. And what you know in the beginning they're shocked. They're like, "Where am I? What am I doing here?" And next thing you know, they're flaring at each other. It's quite the process to take pictures of bettas, especially if you're doing scripts. You actually taking pictures, but I make it so simple because I have so many fish, and I have to rehome so many as quickly as possible because I have spawn after spawn and then accidental spawns coming. And I just record videos, and when I see what I'll do is I'll move the video, and whenever I see like pose, I'll screenshot that, and that'll be my picture. That's what I do.
That's great.
So
And you know
maybe
what? I did that for a
life hack.
while. I did that for a
Uh-huh.
while. The problem with that for me, and I don't know if it's because of I have an iPhone 7 Plus, and I don't know, but when I do that, my quality of my picture is not as good as when I actually get a actual good photo of it. So like sometimes they're a little blurry, and people when they try to like zoom in on something, they're like, I can't really see the fine detail in this fish that I'm looking for. Like I'm not really sure what it is, but the video thing is great, and if that works for you, awesome. But I absolutely need to get those photos because some of the people that buy from me, they want to see the individual scales, like they want to see stuff when they zoom up. It's kind
Oh
of
yeah.
it just depends. I
And
guess
that
it depends on why you're buying it. What was that?
I said that leads to the cons of
Yes.
being in this.
So yeah, so we all know, and some of you guys that are on the call with us, we all know that there's cons to selling anything alive online. So let's start with you, Jordan. What are some of the biggest cons, I would say, that you've dealt with up to this point?
uh, to be honest with you, I mean, for the most part, a lot of people that purchase from me, they I try to be as transparent as possible, especially on my Facebook group. I'm very active on my Facebook business group. I show you guys how I care for them and everything like that. It's eBay. It's stuff like eBay and Aquabid that kind of is sketched for me, but unfortunately, that's where most of my sales are.
Right.
So like my last bad review, I had sent out a black marble plakat, which is basically a black dragon scale, to a person out in Pittsburgh or something like that, and they didn't know what Indian almond leaf what extract was. The water was brown, and it arrived dead, unfortunately. Um, and they didn't follow the DOA rule, and they came back to me like 2 days later, and I give people like 24 hours, And that's long enough. I mean, some people, I think Mike, you give them 2 or 3 hours, but
Yep.
I give them 24 hours to take a picture of the proof of the DOA. And this person was just cruel, and she gave me a bad review right away. And I'm like, dude, like we haven't even resolved it. I could have given you a refund. I could have offered you a fish. I had a sibling, In the end, I was just like, you know what? I'll just give her. I ended up pretty much rewarding bad behavior, even though she gave me that bad review. I ended up giving her a fish for free, and I shipped him out, and he arrived safely, and she was happy. And that leads to the fact that it sucks because those bad reviews, once they're on there forever, and people see them,
That's right.
And yeah.
Well,
And I'm
here's
pretty
the
sure
thing,
you have.
though. The bad reviews don't represent you as a seller as much as maybe people that don't know you might look at it like that. But at the end of the day, if they read all the positives, that's what really represents you as a seller. Because everybody who's, like people out there are savvy. They know that there's not everybody's going to be happy with everything. And there's people that are just unreasonable. Now, my customers, about 99.9% of them are great, right? It's that very small percentage, the ones that stick out in your head. Like, I can't believe this person is downright ruthless like this, right? And it's not very common, but when it happens, it happens. But when they leave that negative view, it stings you because you could have done more. You could have done more for them, or maybe they're just not following your policy, and if they just would, you would help them out. And that's the thing. It doesn't really reflect you, because I know, like, when I ship stuff out, right, I have half-inch thick styrofoam in insulation with a heat pack or a cool pack depending on temperature. My fish generally, like I said, I'll knock on wood again, I hardly ever get DOA, like hardly ever get DOA. And anytime, that rare occasion when it happens, and I get somebody that's unreasonable, it's like, listen, I'm willing to work with you. These things do happen. When I buy them in bulk, some of them come in DOA for me, and I know how that feels. So you're buying one fish and it came in DOA. Let me do what I can for you. All you have to do is follow a few simple rules, and it's going to work out. That's it. And I'm going to make sure you're happy. So
Yeah, and some of the other cons are, there's competition out there, and I'm not really a competitive person, but you have to look out for other breeders as well. You don't want to take away business from them, and it sucks because some breeders out there are ruthless. I mean, they'll do anything to give you a bad name, I've seen it happen to so many breeders. I'm not going to say names or anything, but yeah, those are one of the cons of the business as well.
And I would have to agree with you with that, but that's the reason why the way we do things for my company, Green Oasis Farms, is we don't compete with anybody. We want other companies to thrive with us. Like you, like I want you to do just as well as I'm doing on a daily basis. Like I want you to be selling 7, 10, 15 fish a day. Because if you're doing that, then that means I'm doing that, because we're making this more popular. We're making it seem more people can do it. We're getting people excited about it. The more you sell, the more I sell, because people are going to be looking at your ads, my ads, and next thing you know, we're going to be selling equal amounts of fish, because we both sell equal quality fish. We both have great fish to offer. So maybe I have one that's better for somebody else than you, and maybe you have one that's better off for somebody else for them. At the end of the day, we're in this to try to promote this, because the more we promote it, the more people will buy from me and you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I never could understand those other sellers who will try so hard to belittle other sellers. It doesn't make any sense. And it just and quite frankly, I will never buy from somebody who badmouths another person. Like, I mean, if they were really wronged by them, I get it. But if they're going in groups just trying to start up trouble, that's no. That just makes their business look bad.
Yeah. And it's very, very common in the Betta community, unfortunately. I don't know why it's like that. It just is. I'm not really a part of cichlid groups or anything like that. I'm not sure if it's that way in the cichlid community or any type of animal community, but the Betta community is ruthless sometimes.
I would say for the most part, I see that in every single community, because we sell a little bit of everything. We sell it. We dabble a little bit in reptiles. We sell in saltwater a little bit. We sell koi fish. We sell goldfish. We sell cichlids. So we see it, and I could tell you just in about every community, it's going on. And you know what? The people who are doing this tend to fade out, so that they do it to
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I didn't introduce you guys to my favorite fish. His name
There you
is
go.
Toby.
And there's Toby. Toby's beautiful. That's a very, very red fish. That thing is shockingly red.
Dark bodied, half moon placant, super. He's just all black. I mean, red. Yeah. And this is just a temporary setup. I wanted him to be a part of the live stream, so I put him in here.
That's a
But he
beautiful
has
fish.
a nice tank to call his home. So
How
he's
old?
awesome.
How old is that fish?
He is probably 7 or 8 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's his diet looking like?
His diet consists of everything. Like I feed frozen bloodworms, frozen cyclops, frozen brine shrimp. He even eats baby brine shrimp sometimes. I feed gel food that I make that I DIY, and that's basically just huge amounts of protein, and I add color enhancing vitamins and stuff like that. I have a couple of videos out there, but I'm always tweaking it, and I'm always changing my ingredients and my recipes. Right now, I was super lazy when I made my last batch of gel food. I actually just mixed Fluval bug bites, New Life Spectrum Grow pellets, Hikari Grow. What else did I mix in it? I put some Cyclops in it, and beef heart, Seachem garlic guard, and gelatin, and that's my gelatin food. And the fish go crazy over it. He loves it, and they all have something different. Every single feeding is something different.
That sounds really good. Now you say you have videos on how to make these things?
I do, yeah. Hey, down the wormhole, she's one of my favorites.
All
I love
right.
you. D is here. I was waiting for you, D. IFG, yes, I do have videos on my gel food. Yeah, just subscribe, and you'll see a whole bunch of videos. I have videos on pretty much.
I'm definitely gonna go back and watch those videos myself, but I'd love to see some new tweaked videos as well. I love checking out new DIY videos all the time.
Yeah, the first I have two parts. The first one, I actually out vitamin D pills, and it's what's the link? He's asking for the link. So.
And if you can't get the link in now, we can always do it. We can always do it after the live stream's over if you can't get it to work.
Yeah. Just search Alluring Bettas on the search bar, and you'll see me. But what were we talking about? Oh, food. Yeah, I have two videos. One, like I really actually use real beef heart, or was it? No, it was beef liver. And I crushed up calcium pills. I use spirulina powder. I'm trying to remember what I put in it. Garlic guard, krill oil, vitamin E, and gelatin. And the fish went crazy. They go crazy for gel food. I don't know what it is, but they go crazy for it. When I have active grindle worm cultures and white worm cultures, they love those too.
Yeah. How often are you making those, the cultures?
I have very bad luck with those cultures, so I can keep a culture going for 3 weeks, and then I have to buy another culture. So, I only buy them when I absolutely need them. Like right now, none of my fish need them. I'm gonna need them for the Mahachai spawn that's gonna go into that stage of needing grindle worms. So I'm gonna order again off of eBay. So, Mike, if you ever start, selling live foods, let me know. I'll be a loyal customer.
That's going to be the next thing for sure. We're definitely we've been talking about that.
Thank you, IFG. I really appreciate for the subscription, and yeah, check it out. I mean, you know, like I said earlier, I don't know if you've been watching since the beginning. We all do things our own way. You know, there really isn't a right or wrong way. I mean, there are some wrong ways, but the things I share with you works for me for the most part. So Mike has to make you a mod, Paul.
Yeah, I can make him a moderator on one of my groups for sure, if he wants to. The guy's traveling like all every day of the week, so I'm not sure he's gonna have time. I kind of envy that. You get to go some interesting places all the time. I always see you in different places.
Sorry, I was reading the comments. You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I said, who else is on the line that travels as much as you do? Come on.
Yeah, I go everywhere. I typically like to go to South America because their weather is the complete opposite of our weather. Like right now, it's super hot in Texas and humid, and it's nice to go and be in a refreshing winter climate, especially when you live in Texas. So I like to go to Buenos Aires. And then during the winter time, I like to go where it's warm. So I go to Buenos Aires or Santiago or where do I go? Sao Paulo, you know. I also like Europe. London's my favorite, hands down. I mean, Paris is beautiful, but London is just so convenient because they're English and there's no language barrier, and it's very transient, and it's very what do you call it? There's a whole bunch of ethnicities out there. I mean, it's just a melting pot of different people, you know, and I love it. So.
No, that's great. That's definitely an opportunity that most people don't get to do.
I know. How do we do that? Make mods.
I can do that from my end. I basically just can assign you a job role within my groups.
Okay.
So if you're interested, we can do it. If not, I understand. You're a very, very busy person.
Down the wormhole. Thank you. I was like, what are they going to look at behind me? Like usually when people are doing live streams, like see Mike has his fish room behind him, and I'm in my master bedroom in the little nook area that's made for your computers. It's like a little office basically. And I was like, I have just a blank wall. Like, what should I do? So I put this little thing together, like subscribe, and I put my logo here, and then my favorite Betta in the world, Toby here.
I love it.
Yeah. So thank you for that. I really, really like Dee's channel, guys. Dee is really, really sweet. She's a sweet lady, and she's got a whole bunch of information as well. I definitely recommend that you check her out. She's awesome.
Yeah, so
And she does live streams every Sunday, so you know, yeah, she's very active, and she's a nice person.
Oh yeah, I've seen her. I've seen the videos too. She is amazing. I actually would love to do a live stream with her if she's ever interested in doing one in the near future. So
yeah, me too. Me too, Dee.
And that goes for anybody that's viewing right now. If you're interested in doing a live stream or something, let me know and we'll talk about it and get it going.
Yeah, for sure.
I love just building up the community as much as I can.
On YouTube, Mike. Your brother said on YouTube, Mike.
I'm not really sure what that means. Paul, speak English.
Okay, so who's older, you or Paul? I thought y'all were twins.
I'm the oldest. I'm a lot older than Paul. I'll be 37 this year. Paul's still in his 20s.
Paul's still in his 20s? Wow.
Yeah.
He's talking about mod on YouTube. Oh, for sure. I'm just trying to figure that out. Yeah, I know. This is my first time live streaming, and actually, Mike is pretty much taking care of all of it. I just have to buy the equipment, you know. But I did a test run on YouTube live stream because this is what we're using Google Hangouts. I did a test on YouTube live stream, and it seemed pretty simple. I don't know if that's how you do it, D. Is that how you do it? Just click on Paul's last comment, and it'll bring up the option to mod him up. Oh, okay. Did you get that? Mike?
Yeah, I have it, but yeah, I'll have to. Let me see. Yeah, I'll make him a mod the next time, and I'll make you guys. I'll make a bunch of people mods. Why do we have anybody in the chat box that's not being nice? I didn't see. I'm not looking at the chat box right now.
No, it's like for links and stuff to our channels.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah, that's true.
yeah,
That's true. But I gotta tell you, I'm having a great time for your first official live stream. You're doing great.
thank you. I was so nervous, guys. You have no idea. I was crapping bricks. I was like in the shower. I was like, okay, I need to shave. What am I gonna do? My wall looks so bare. I needed to print out some pictures, and I was like super nervous. And then I was having technical difficulties with this here. I'm supposed to be using this, but it's not, for some reason I can't connect it. It's the Plantronics
But
headphone.
you sound great now, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, so I guess I won't need that, but I'll figure it out for the next time.
Yeah, we'll figure out. We'll definitely get another live stream going, or just start doing them. The more you do, the better you get.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing more live streams.
So I have a question for you guys. You guys obviously see this new shirt. What do you guys think of the new shirt? It's an alternate logo. The normal logo is the smiling goldfish, but this is our alternate logo because the Betta fish is really close to our heart, and we love it. And one of our top selling items that we have in our store. What is everybody thinking about this? I supported a local business and had a bunch of these printed up. They were amazing. I'm gonna actually shout them out on my Facebook page. So just so you guys know, amazing at making this type of stuff.
HC Aqua says, "Yeah, I'm liking the shirt design. I love I'm all about your merch, and I'm about to buy that hat too.
Oh
So
yeah, absolutely. I
yep.
appreciate it. We're gonna have these up on the website soon. So we have a bunch of stuff actually we have to list. We've supported a bunch of local businesses and people on Facebook, and I have a bunch of merchandise sitting in boxes that I have to take pictures of and put them up because we just said, "Oh, you have a good idea. I'm gonna buy all that from you, and I'm gonna put it up on my website."
Yeah,
we
yeah,
we like to support other businesses.
yeah. That shirt's dope though.
Oh, thank
If
you.
black, it'll make it look slim, and the hat looks like it fits any type of person's head perfectly.
Yeah, this is like a one size fit all, unless you have like a gigantic like head the size of a football helmet or something like that. Then that's a different story.
Yeah,
You
yeah. It
you,
looks
you
good.
originally saw Kyle wearing this, right? Kyle's from Kyle's Wild World.
The Betta Bash. I'm surprised he's not here. Kyle, are you here? But
I didn't see
anyways,
Kyle.
that guy's he's super chill, dude. Like
Yeah, he's
he
awesome.
literally he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, do you want a pair of Betta Hendras?" I was like, "Seriously?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Yeah." So now I have a pair as in the fish community in our metroplex in Dallas, basically. So I really enjoy his. I really enjoy him being around. I like
Yeah,
it, but I'm better.
he's a good guy. What's the next big event that you guys have coming up locally for you?
Um, we're just starting up. We even changed the name of our group. It went from Lone Star Bettas. Actually, we didn't change the name. We just created a new group, and it's now called North Texas Betta Society. And we're obviously a member of the International Betta Congress. It's a little political for me,
Mhm.
but I don't mind it. I actually got the role as vice president for the group.
Oh,
So
good for you.
I've got some plans. We have some plans coming up. We have meetings once a month. We plan to do cookouts and other Betta bashes to raise more money and a lot of other stuff. And just like a couple of my subscribers came to the Betta Bash. Kimberly being one of them. I don't know if she's still with us, but Kimberly came, and she has a really she has a sad story. She lost her daughter, and I'm sorry, Kimberly, if I'm sharing your private information, but she's just a beautiful person, and I really, really I feel blessed to know that people actually do see my videos and actually support me and came out to the Betta Bash. So yeah,
Doesn't that
she's
make
gonna
you
be
feel good when you actually meet people that
yeah,
subscribe to you and they tell you how
like
you've changed their lives or you've inspired them, and it's crazy.
6 people that came, and they're like, "You're Jordan from Alluring Bettas," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know I was that like out there," because I don't even have 400 subscribers yet, to be
Right.
honest with you. But yeah, we're actually well, I don't know if I should say this. There's gonna be a big event next year, so
Oh, you keep
I'm
me
not
on
gonna.
the loop. I might have to come in person.
Oh yeah, you're gonna come. You're gonna have to come. That's a must. And yeah, you're gonna have to come because you're a part of the Betta community, dude.
Yeah.
I am nervous to meet people in real life. D, I'm like that too, to be honest with you. Like, I might seem like very outgoing and like a really happy person, but really, I'm really just like laid back. I don't really like socialize. I mean, I socialize. I have friends and stuff, but I'm really just a quiet person for the most part, and I sit on the couch and relax my dog on my days off because I work hard and I don't like people. Not literally, but when you're a flight attendant, you're dealing with all kinds of people. Like, ugh, it's just too much.
You got
But
some cranky people in their small chairs on the
yeah,
plane.
but YouTube is YouTube and my followers, I really appreciate it because it keeps me going. And like I said, it helps with my depression and my panic attacks because I have PTSD and it's not fun. This hobby is really relaxing, and when you have other people that support you, it's a really good feeling. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
we have to meet you, D. We have flight benefits, so we might go up to. I think you live close to Calgary, right, D? You like south of Calgary? That's Calgary is Alberta. I'm sorry, I don't know my geographical locations, but I think Calgary is in Alberta, and like south, like almost close to the border of the United States.
So you're gonna use your flight
Yes, me
benefits
too.
to meet and greet all your subscribers.
Medicine Hat. What's Medicine Hat? Yes, south of Calgary. Yeah, we might come up and visit. You never know. I love Dee. Like seriously, guys, you guys need to check out her channel and subscribe. She's a really sweet, sweet woman. She really is. I've
Excellent.
met a couple people from YouTube in real life. Oh, we have a new person. Sup, Corvus Oskin? Is that one of yours? Corvus Oskin.
Yes.
Has a
Hey,
little
how's it
blue.
going? I've been a
Oh,
subscriber.
Medicine Hat.
I've been a subscriber of
Oh,
his for a
okay.
really long time.
Ohio, where in Ohio, Madfish Diva? Madfish Diva says, come to Ohio. So I'm like, where in Ohio? Because we fly to Ohio. I believe we fly to like Columbus, Dayton. We fly everywhere to Ohio.
Actually, if everybody could put in the chat box where they're from, what city and state they're from, and if they're even out of the country, I'd like to see where everybody's located.
Seriously. And this is actually a really good turnout for my first live stream.
No, it's great. Listen, you did great. You're doing great. You said you were nervous, but you don't seem nervous. It's a good thing.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, California. What part of California? I'm sorry if I Vinoski Tank. Yeah, I'm from California, and HC Aqua. I was raised in Honolulu. I was raised in Waipahu. Hang loose, brother. Yeah, I was raised in Hawaii, HC Aqua. That is awesome that you're from Hawaii. Oh my God. Orange County. Oh, nice. Yeah, I was raised in Honolulu, Waipahu, And then when I was in the middle of high school, like the worst time of my life, I was 13 or 14, and I moved to Sacramento, California. And that's when I got into Betta Fish, because I was a total loner, because, people from Hawaii are really different from people in the mainland. Hawaii is such a completely different world. It's like a different country. And when you go to the mainland, you're like, these people are all different, and went into a big depression. And the fish just they're my natural medicine, So my friend teaches at Waipahu High School. Oh my God, that's awesome. HC Aqua. I'm gonna subscribe to you right now, HC Aqua.
So I have a quick question for you. So when you ship out your fish, what days of the week do you ship out?
I do Monday, Tuesdays, and sometimes Wednesdays,
Okay.
depending on weather. Wednesdays, I rarely do Wednesdays, so I'm subscribing to HC.
For fish, I rarely do Wednesdays unless they absolutely want me to ship on Wednesdays, and I always tell them that I prefer not to.
Mondays and Tuesdays. And you know what else I find important when it comes to shipping? And D, I know you were saying that you're nervous with shipping fish, but I find that the more dense the cushioning in the boxes, along with what is it called, insulation,
Mm-hmm.
the better your DOA rate is.
Yep.
Like recycled newspaper is awesome. Just shreds the newspaper up or paper and wet it, let it dry out in the sun, and that's your cushion, your insulation. You can use like perforated, what was it called? Perforated boxes, whatever. I don't use those. I use the foil bubble wraps. They're like reflective bubble wraps.
Right.
But as long as you ship your fish like in a very dense box.
Box, right. I said you've opened up. You've been on the other end, opening up several of my boxes. How would you rate my shipping method compared to a lot of other shipping methods out there?
10 out of 10. Yeah.
Thank you. I always try to improve on that, and I think I've hit a really nice spot on my packing where, like I said, I knock on wood every time, hardly any DOAs ever. And we ship out hundreds of fish in a month.
Canada doesn't like shipping fish.
Yeah, Canada's really expensive. Like we actually thought we were going to start shipping to Canada, and it turned out that there was just so much involved with it, and the prices were so astronomically high. It wasn't cost effective for anybody, and it was a whole big thing. In fact, I mean, I send T-shirts and stuff to Canada, but even that, it's really hard to get even the T-shirts over to people in Canada. I've had a couple of subscribers who I sent T-shirts to. It took forever to get to them, and it was really expensive.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
That really sucks. I didn't know that. But I love Canada. I'm obsessed with Canada. If I could move to Canada today, I would do it. I literally would.
Until you can't get shipped fish to you, and then you'll move back to the United States. Canada is beautiful, though. It really is really beautiful. I love all the untouched parts of the country. Beautiful stuff.
I love everything about Canada. Everything. I don't know why. It's beautiful, a beautiful country. And I enjoy going to Ottawa during the wintertime because they have. Is it Ottawa, D, that has the river that goes like through the whole city or circles the whole city, freezes, so everyone ends up ice skating on that river, and it's amazing. I love Ottawa. Montreal is amazing. I love it.
What else do we have in the chat box? How many other people do we have in Canada? Anybody else, or just?
Well, we have Hawaii, we have Ohio.
Okay.
Madfish Diva. I think the hobby has done that for many of us, Jordan. The hobby is my zen. Exactly. It's my zen too. My medicine.
It's my happy place. When I'm not at home and I need to relax, I think about my fish.
Yep. Exactly. Actually, it's more like an obsession for me.
It becomes an obsession, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's very addictive, but it's a good addiction.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anybody
I'm
else
trying
in
to think of
there?
a question for you, Mike.
Ask away.
Uh, Paul Eugenio says the medical grade oxygen is amazing.
Yes, that's actually true. We've had a lot more success. We've always had great success, but since we started shipping with medical grade oxygen rather than just breeder bags or just a closed grip really quick, the medical grade oxygen, we've had fish get lost in the mail and then 14 days later come back to me and they're still alive, like perfectly fine.
Okay, you got to tell me about that because when you sent me your Betta and Bellas, they came in this bag, and
That
I
was the
have no
that
idea
was
what
that was the breeder bag. That was the breeder bag.
that was.
That we were using that for a bit, but the problem with those is that they tend to leak. So that's not necessarily good either because if it gets through everything and it leaks on the outside of the box, then the post office doesn't like that and they end up returning it to me and the person doesn't get their fish and I got to repack it. So at the end of the day, we go with now we double bag 3 mil 3 mil bag. So we got 6 mil of bag and medical grade oxygen. And that fish can literally, it will, if it got lost, it would actually starve to death rather than running out of air, in the bag. So
Okay, so
basically, the
medical
last
grade
thing.
oxygen. Where do you get medical grade oxygen from?
So the problem with getting medical grade oxygen is you need a tax ID number. So if you have the tax ID number, you can get medical grade oxygen at most medical supply stores. Otherwise, you could get oxygen that's not medical grade, but for whatever reason, that tends to it's not bad. It's still very good, but it tends to break down a lot faster, and your bag will be less deflated. I say more deflated. Your bag will be more deflated upon arrival. It won't be as full when the customer gets it. For whatever reason, that medical grade oxygen just stays fuller for longer periods of time in that bag. But
Hmm.
again, if you want it, have to have a tax ID number and go to a medical supply store to get it. But they will only give it to you with a tax ID number because we've talked to a bunch of them, and yeah, we have, we're a legitimate business. We have a tax ID number. We have all that good stuff. And they said if they said no exceptions. If you don't have it and you don't show us your tax ID number, you're not getting it. So I said, okay, but that's
Interesting.
medical grade. Yep. But that's
Not too
because we're a big,
right.
we sell on such a high level that we have to do everything as much as taking every precaution.
I understand, and that's good because it keeps your DOA rate at a really good percentage. But HC Aqua says, what happens when you tell the post office that there's liquid in the package? Do they charge you more? HC Aqua, you're in Hawaii, and I know how Hawaii is. Hawaii is strict with everything. So I don't know about Hawaii, but here in the mainland, they just ask you if you have liquids or what is it, like lithium batteries or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, but they don't charge you. They just want to know that you know.
for me, for the most part, it just goes by weight. They'll ask me because if it says sometimes. All right, so here's another thing. Sometimes I write live on the box, and sometimes I don't because certain times of the year when you write live on the box, especially towards the holidays at the end of the year, your packages end up getting delayed for whatever reason. And I asked them at the post office, and they said, "Well, especially my post office, this might not be everybody's, but they're like, if it's a live animal, we don't like it going out past Wednesday. So if you do drop it off on Wednesday, they'll actually hold it to the following week, and that doesn't make any sense to me. So just so you know, I don't write live on the box all year round because of that reason. So when the summertime comes around or whatever, like now, when I have live on the box, they say, "Oh, they ask me what's in there." I go, "It's fish in there," and they're like, "Oh, quite cool." And then we just go by the weight. They don't charge me any more for having liquids, but however, they will return my package to me if the box leaks. That's for sure. Like it won't even make it to where it's supposed to go.
Honestly, like I've been just doing, the printouts on PayPal or eBay or wherever I get with the the postal the post the stamps basically that you
Hmm.
stick on the bottom. I just give it to them, and they don't even ask me. They don't even ask me if I have liquids in there. I don't know if they're inspecting it before they get shipped or something. But
Supposedly they do random checks on the box and they throw it through an X-ray machine to see what's inside. So I would have to assume though, with the amount of boxes that I bring in the morning, when it's about 30, 40 boxes a day, they're definitely X-raying some of those just to see what they are and why there's so many.
Down the wormhole says, I am not admitting anything to the post office tomorrow.
Which
Well,
reminds
Canada,
me, for those of you guys
whole.
shipping, keep in mind that we have July 4th coming up and in the middle of the week, no less. So you might want to think that through when trying to ship items that week. I might not ship at all that week just because of the holiday in the middle of the week.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I didn't even know July 4th was right around the corner. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's right around the corner, and that's actually a con when it comes to shipping fish and being in this business. You have to always have the holidays in the back of your mind saying, okay, if I send this now, is it going to get stuck because of the holiday? Is it going to cause any grief to anybody? So.
Yeah. HC Aqua, you've been saying no liquids. I don't know about that, HC, but I don't know. I mean, so far, have you been successful in shipping all your fish? Because, I know how Hawaii is. I really do know how Hawaii is. Like, it's so strict. Like, you have to have you have to have a certificate, don't you, Mike, to ship to Hawaii? That's why I don't ship to Hawaii.
I've shipped to Hawaii, and I don't know if it's because I have all these licenses and things that I don't ever get any problems with it, but nobody's ever asked me. I've never had an issue. I've had stuff shipped from Hawaii. I can tell you that there was a problem for a while with saltwater fish from Hawaii, and I don't know if that's still going on. I don't get any of my saltwater fish at all from Hawaii anymore because they were saying that it was a gallon of water per fish. That's not cost effective when when you're trying to get fish and make a profit on them, because 1 gallon of water per fish is ridiculous how much that's going to cost you to ship.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, your friend Jeremy, I believe that's Sergeant Tank.
Yes.
Sergeant is in, so he says hi.
What's up, Jeremy?
And HC Aqua, I have a permit to import fish. Yeah, so I don't know if they even care if you say yes or no.
Yeah,
because when they ask me, I just say yes, and that's it. They don't charge me more or anything.
I have all kinds of permits and licenses and all these things under the sun just because, like, again, the size of the operation that we're doing, especially, I'll make this announcement so you guys, come July, middle of July, my location in Florida will be open to the public. So just so you know that, so you guys will, anybody in Florida might be able to come in person and see what's going on there in person and actually buy things in person if you're in Florida.
Wait, you have a location in Florida coming up?
Oh yeah, we've been working on this for a while. We have about 5 acres in Florida with a house on that land, and it's going to be set up for face-to-face retail and also wholesale.
Are you going to have to move there?
No, that's Paul's actually moving down to Florida.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
I will continue to be Mike from Arizona.
And Paul, Florida. Yeah.
Paul from Florida.
Yeah. Paul needs to make a YouTube channel too.
He did, but he doesn't. He's been so big. Paul's actually getting married in a couple of days. Not a couple of days, a couple of weeks actually, like 2 weeks, right around the time of the holiday. He's getting married, and because of all the stuff going into his wedding, he hasn't had time to make any videos. He just started one, and I told him, I said, you should just start making some videos. He was in Florida not that long ago. I'm like, why don't you make? He made a couple of live Facebook videos, but he didn't do YouTube videos.
Yeah, yeah.
But in our Florida location, you can expect to see high-end koi, high-end goldfish, high-end angelfish, possibly varieties of reptiles. That might come later on, but we have a temperature-controlled room where we can do reptiles out of. Definitely a lot of different types of betta fish. I'm still going to carry them here, but I'm going to carry a very select bunch over here. I'm only going to keep about 2 dozen on hand, but they're going to be very like top of the line, the ones I keep here. The ones in Florida are going to be great, but not nearly as good as the ones I keep here. But obviously when you buy one of the ones like that I have, it comes from obviously Arizona rather than from Florida. So Florida is going to have a bigger selection, but I'm going to have more of the grade A, 10 out of 10 type betas, you know.
Where in Florida?
It's in Ruskin, Florida.
Oh, Ruskin. Is that like in the Panhandle? Is it south or?
Paul, if you're on the call, why don't you describe exactly where it is? Because honestly, I don't even know like where it's close by, I think, to it's not that far from Orlando, but it's not necessarily near Orlando either. Like and when I looked it up on the map, and it's just I'm like, I don't know, this I've never heard of it until we found this location, and a lot of our wholesalers were located close by too, so that worked out for us as well. So if Paul's on the line, I'm not if he can just describe where it's at, because I'm not the best at describing it. He's actually physically been there. But yeah,
that big fish facility. Is it Seagrass?
Seagrass, yeah. Seagrass.
It's out there too.
Seagrass actually invited us. When Paul was there, they invited him to come and hang out because they knew we were going to be in the area. So they stopped, they welcomed us, they said hi, they made us feel really good about moving there and setting up shop.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really good stuff. But yeah, no,
You're doing it big.
There's some big stuff going on within Green Oasis Farms. A lot of people don't realize it, but we have some really big things going.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, Madfish, you said did someone say angels? You mentioned angels, right? Angel
yeah,
fish?
there's gonna be angels. Right now, they have a bunch of breeding pairs of really high-end koi angels, and they also have some black ones, some silver ones. They have a bunch of different kinds over there. I haven't even seen. I've only seen photos of the koi, and the koi are gorgeous. The koi angels are amazing, like the best I've ever seen. I'm really excited to start getting those out of that location.
With other fish other than bettas.
What was that? I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said I have no experience with other fish, just bettas. Madfish Stevens said that angels are her first love.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful. They're really beautiful. Any other questions?
Yeah. No questions. I'm not seeing any.
All right. Well, listen, I think it's been really fun. This has been great. We definitely got to do this more often. And guys, if you're new to my channel and you're coming because of Jordan, please subscribe to me and join my Facebook groups. I put up lists once a month on pre-order stuff, which gives a good discount on some of my items, so you're able to get them cheaper if you pre-order. How we run that is you'll see the list. And if you don't see something on the list, let me know, and if I can get it, I'll add it to the list. I'll send you an invoice via PayPal. For whatever reason, it doesn't come in or it's not going to ship, I just automatically refund you. Or I'd rather refund you than give you a credit. Some people want a credit for the next time, but I'd rather refund you. So if you go on, you'll see these lists and you're able to get a good amount of plants at discounts, good amount of fish at discounts, things like that. So if you're into that, my Facebook groups are all about that. And if you're new and you have not seen my YouTube channel, please subscribe to that. And as everybody that's my subscribers, check out Jordan. I'm gonna put his link in the description after this publishes, so you guys can check him out. He's at Alluring Bettas, and the guy is absolutely amazing and really knows his stuff. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Jordan.
It's been a pleasure talking to you too, Mike.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Thank you all for watching, and everyone's saying it was a great stream. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next live stream. Bye, everyone.
See you guys later. Bye-bye.